it down.
Gotta be a little respect.
A little bit. Hey, do me a favor. I know we're recording. Go to your AMD drivers real quick. I just want to see the window real fast. Go to home. Yeah, see? It's no longer there. It does it on mine too.
What?
It used to have right there. It used to have an update driver. It would tell you which driver is available, and you can update. It's not there. It's always in the top right corner where it says Upgrade Advisor.
Oh.
It's always there, and now it's not. This just tells you what to upgrade your hardware to, which I'm like, no, AMD, I have good hardware.
Oh, you know what? That's a fair point. I have noticed the same thing because it's given me the little thing.
Yeah, it's exclamation point.
And it's
every fucking time, bro. And I did like the whole like
DDU.
Yeah, well, not DDU. I did it with their internal one, right? Where it'll tell you do a factory reset for their software, which deletes all the profile, everything, and reinstalls their software with fresh install. And it gave it to me just for a little bit, and then it was gone again.
I wonder what that's about.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all, we say that every time. Obviously, this show is of some ages. The mature ones that understand not taking shit seriously, it's for those.
Yeah.
So not even adults, boy. Just
right. Yeah. Some of them
don't take shit too seriously, please. Yeah. What are we talking about, dude?
Today we're talking about Bel Air.
Bel Air. Well, since it's called T3G Tangents, it might go somewhere else, but we're hoping to keep it within just Bel Air.
Saved by the Bell.
Well, I think because if
TV.
Yeah, well, we're probably going to talk about the more occurrence of these new like redos or bringing backs type of deal shows. So, but we're gonna mainly focus on Bel Air.
Here's my idea. We call them reinventions. Bel Air is a reinvention. It's not the same show. It's not like a reboot where they're doing the same thing with the same people.
Right.
Call those reinventions.
Right.
Or resurrections.
We're
continuing.
We're continuing. It's that's cool. I'm cool. Yeah, I'm cool with that.
DJ and her.
Yeah. I like that. Resurrections. Yeah, that's a good one. I like that. I dig that.
Copyright 2022.
That's right, motherfuckers. You hear it first. If I see this shit blow up anywhere, if I see that word for these shows blow up anywhere, I'm suing.
We're coming.
Because this is going to be out before it blows up.
Oh, for
I'm
sure.
suing.
For sure.
100% so.
It's February 18th, 2022.
Fucking 20. What happened to 2020 and 2021, dude? They were there, right?
Heard something about an illness.
Were they there? They were there, right?
Heard something.
Did we skip 2 years?
Basically.
Oh, okay. That's what I thought. That's what it feels like. Shit. Like at this point, I feel like 10 years gone by.
My dogs freak out when they see you because they don't see anything.
I know. It's crazy, man. It's crazy, dude. So Bel Air.
So we are both very big Fresh Prince fans.
I love Fresh Prince. Dude, listen. Here's. I want to say this right off the bat, right? And I know one of these things is not necessarily something people want to hear right now, but I'm going to say it anyways because it was true at the time, not necessarily true now. But for me, okay. You and me both grew up without a real father. I had a father around that time, but he wasn't a father, and then no longer had him in my life. For me, any dad things that I would learn is gonna be from Uncle Phil and Cosby, right? Those were the two. Those were like when I watched those.
Carl Winslow.
That's what I learned from, right? I learned how to. Not be an idiot from those two, from learning from what Uncle Phil or Cosby would teach his kids.
Right.
And so, I love the Fresh Prince of Bel Air. Like the moments in Fresh Prince, like first of all, what I love about Fresh Prince of Bel Air is the fact that it starts out as a comedy show, but then when you get those real fucking emotional episodes, they fucking hit. Bro, I was a kid that never cried. But when those emotional shows came, those episodes came, they made me cry. And I never cried for nothing.
Yep.
Nada. I didn't cry for our fucking grandma dying. but I fucking died when Will Smith, or I cried when fucking Will Smith's the whole thing with his dad and shit like that, like that shit. And so, you know, yeah, I love those shows. The shows from back then, I love them. I absolutely love them.
Actually, honestly, I was talking about this with somebody recently, and I was saying, as I've said many times on this podcast, the '90s was the greatest media entertainment era ever.
100%.
I think.
Listen, do we have good shows right now? Yeah, of course. We have, like, one of the most recent ones for me is Star Trek Discovery. Fucking it's literally watching like a movie every episode.
We're gonna do a whole episode.
Literally watching. It's the way the amount of time they took for visuals and how it's filmed makes it feel like a movie every episode. So, like, yes, there are fantastic shows now, but I still don't. It doesn't. There's this feeling from the '90s stuff that you get. Like, bro, I went back to watch fucking Baywatch, just because there was a feeling. There was this like Baywatch. There was like this.
Dude, Baywatch.
I can't explain it. There's just this. It's not just nostalgia. It's just something. There's this weird feeling from the '80s, '90s. That like just hits me, man. Like, it's not a nostalgic feeling. There's a difference for me for nostalgia and like I've admitted before, I'm like, man, I'm just watching that because of nostalgia. But like, this is something else. This is like there's something there that I can't explain, but that really like that hung with you. I don't know if it did for everybody from that era, but it really did. So like watching those shows and then watching those shows try to be now, there's a different feeling in them. It's not the same. And I personally believe, even till this day, that some of those shows, even though they've been tried to brought back now, they're better then.
Certain things for sure. I mean, I've said this before to you, and I'll say it on podcast now. I am so incredibly happy that you are enjoying Discovery.
Dude, I love it. I told Senna to watch it. I got Senna to watch it. Yeah, because he used to be a Star Trek. He liked the old movies from the '90s and stuff. He used to watch those like a motherfucker, and he would watch like he loved that space stuff. Like what's that horror movie that was back then?
Event Horizon.
Yeah, he loved Event Horizon, and still till this day.
I mean, do but don't.
Yeah, still to this day, it's one of like it holds up. It holds up till this day.
I don't like to think about it too much.
Yeah, for sure. So like,
I don't like to think about it too much.
So, I told him, I was like, bro, you gotta. Like, if I can recommend anything, like, I know you watched Star Trek back in the day. I don't know how you felt about the shows, but I'm telling you, you won't regret jumping on this show. This show's the shit. This show 100% will hold up 20 years from now. Guaranteed.
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
I agree.
The only thing that'll be different in 20, 30 years, maybe you're watching it as a VR fucking thing, but as on a fucking big-ass flat-screen TV... Yeah, I'm on season 4. I stopped after episode 1 because I was like, I don't think they're all the way done. So I'm gonna.
They did 6 or whatever they did,
and then they split up.
And there's been 2 or 3.
Yeah, I think they're on 8 or 9. So yeah, I want them to finish before I go like on a binge for season 4.
So I'm 2 weeks behind. So I'm gonna watch the 2 I'm missing.
I'm super, dude. It's such a fucking good show. I can't even explain it, man. I can't wait to talk about that.
Can I tell you? I know it's funny because we started talking about.
I know, but we're really gonna talk about.
Prodigy was like a surprise hit, dude.
That's one of those things I haven't watched yet.
Hit. Like,
that's the one I want to watch, right?
The new, it's not the comedy one. It's
the more serious. It's for kids, but it looks way more adult.
For kids, but like.
But that's what I want to watch as adult. It's funny that the adult one looks all fucking shitty and cartoony for comedy purposes, but then the kid one looks like what I want to watch as an adult.
Man, I think you're just basing it on stills. It does play pretty well.
No, I get that, man. But I'm like,
I think you should watch.
Here's the thing.
You'll have fun.
Since. Like, I can't even go back and watch The Simpsons anymore because I just don't find them that funny. I still find Family Guy funny. I still find, like, I haven't watched episodes in a long time, but I find that funny. I can't go back and watch like The Simpsons. To me, like, I've tried and I'm like, I don't care anymore. Well, and old ones, like Bob's Burgers, I don't give a flying fuck about that. And I tried, even I couldn't do it in one episode, and there's no way I was gonna give it 3.
I like Bob's Burgers, but I only only like Bob's Burgers because of one character, and that's the daughter, the younger daughter.
I want shit. If you're basing shows off of like Star Trek or Star Wars, and I want stuff like the Prodigy show. I want stuff like Visions. That's the stuff I want. I want badass art with great storytelling. That's what I want. I want visuals and art.
Shockingly good storytelling, especially because it's for kids. Like, it's billed as for children.
That's awesome.
On Nickelodeon.
That's awesome, dude.
And it's, you know what it reminds
Although
me
to
of?
be fair,
It
I mean,
reminds me of
to be fair, you said it's on Nickelodeon, and Avatar was a Nickelodeon, and that's a great fucking show, even for adults. So
That's fair. I still haven't seen it.
yeah,
It's one of those things, like, it's like long enough where I'm like, it's so much. Especially with
it's a
those
good.
shows.
Honestly, though, I still apparently so. When I stopped watching Korra, I stopped watching because they said they canceled it and they didn't finish it. They I think it was like 2 seasons in or something. They said, I know they did, but when I watched it, they said they canceled it. They said they weren't finishing it. It was canceled.
Oh, I never even heard that.
Yeah. So like I didn't even get
I
it.
legit didn't.
So I didn't even know there was
long.
3 more seasons. So like I come back in and I'm like Netflix I think has it, and I'm like, why the fuck are they putting this on there? It's not even fucking done. Like, why would anybody want to watch a quarter of a fucking show that never got?
400 is on
But
there.
then I fucking click on it and I'm like, what the fuck is this? I lost my mind because
I can't believe I didn't realize. I mean, I had forgotten.
aren't they redoing something
They
like?
just redo it. It's you just started on CW.
Yeah, they're redoing the 4400, right? Yeah. They're like
As long as they fucking
same,
finish it, it's
apparently same story, just
Same premise, just like modern.
yeah.
I don't know. I'm gonna watch it. I'll give it a shot. I'm always iffy about
I know,
CW shows.
yeah.
It's like pretty young. People.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm a big Jared Padalecki fan due to Supernatural, but I do not care for Walker, not even a little bit. And I watched half of the first season.
Second season?
Dude. I watched the first half of the first season, and I was like, this is horrible.
They gave it a second season. I'll be honest with you, man. When I saw the
Dude,
trailer, I
you
was
think
like, this is,
bro? You want to hear something else? You want to hear something
you
else?
could have called it anything else.
Dude, you want to hear something else? Not only did they give it a second season, there's a spin-off.
Fuck.
Yeah, it takes place in the 18th century. yeah. There's a big ass spin-off for this show. Yeah, I just found out.
No, the 18th century.
The 1800s. I'm sorry, the 1800s.
I was like the 18th century.
No. I meant to say the 1800s. My bad. Yeah, they're going back like to the original Rangers.
They're trying to cash in.
Oh yeah.
Western thing.
On the Western stuff, yeah.
Yellowstone is big. Yellowstone's huge right now.
Oh yeah, because there's like two different series. There's the 1883 series, which is within the Yellowstone universe, and then there's
I didn't even know that.
yeah, and then there's the Yellowstone like show that's out. On top of like there was a movie that those are based off of. I honestly I don't remember. I never watched any of it.
I'm not a big Western fan. I like certain Western films that I've seen.
So there was a western on Netflix where what's the guy from Dumb and Dumber? Not Jim Carrey.
Are you talking about the anthology one?
No. This
Different episodes, different. That was a good one.
no. There was
Buster Crust.
no. That was a good one. That was actually really fun. That was really fun. But there's another one where the guy from the other half of Dumb and Dumber. I forgot his name. Something. I feel like his last name something Bridges.
No, I think that's because we were talking about Jeff Bridges.
I know, but I really do think his name is.
Let's see. Dumb and Dumber cast.
And ladies and gentlemen, the technology has broken.
All of the technology.
All of the technology has. Listen, we got a snow squall outside. You know, we're gonna all die. So
All my
something's wrong with your internet.
literally not loading.
It said, "Fuck you." What?
What?
Dude, I told you that we're done. We're recording this for no reason. It's game over.
Dumb and Dumber. There we go. Jesus, that was weird.
What's his name? Help me out here.
Jeff Daniels.
Jeff Daniels. That's what I was mixing out the Jeff part. So Jeff Daniels was in if you click on him, it'll tell you the show. But he was in a show where he acts this villain in a Western. And honestly,
Is it American Rust?
No, that's the new one he's doing. Godless. Very good. Very.
Since 2017? Oh, just one season.
It was just one season. And honestly, it got its end. Like, could they do more with the ending that they gave us? Sure. But, like, it's done. Like, that story's done. That's a finished story. And it was very good. For a Western in 2017, and you got to understand, my Westerns are fucking the good, the bad, and the ugly. Like, those are my Westerns, right? That's the shit I like. So.
Do you know, and this, I don't know if I'm remembering this correctly, do you know that those weren't meant to be related?
I didn't know they were supposed to be related.
Oh yeah,
but apparently they are related.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, apparently I never realized it as a kid because I watched that shit as a kid. So
I thought I always, whenever I saw them, I thought it was the same movie because he kind of looks the same.
Right.
So I just assumed it was.
I honestly, as a child, I never realized. It's been a long time since I watched him.
I also didn't know that Dirty Harry was 2 movies.
Right. Yeah.
I just say Dirty Harry.
I know.
And it's the movie.
The movie, right. Yeah, so he did honestly, but you're right. Yeah, I think they are trying to capitalize on the whole Western thing, you know?
It's weird. I didn't even see the Western thing happen. Speaking of things, The Walking Dead is ending. And
there's a spinoff.
There are several spin-offs.
No, there's a new spinoff.
No, I know.
They're including the chick that played Faye in Cowboy Bebop.
Good for her.
Yeah, good for her. But I really wanted them to finish fucking Cowboy Bebop. But apparently, the petition got more people than watched the show, according to one website. Which means all that means.
I mean, it's true because I signed it and I didn't watch it.
But here's the thing. But all that means is that you would have watched it if you knew there was an end.
An end or a season 2.
Or a season 2 to finish it.
Yeah.
You would have watched it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So just because you didn't watch it on fucking week 1 or week 2 doesn't mean they weren't going to get more viewers. That is the problem. They base it off.
They rely on these early numbers.
Yeah, 100%.
But it's like if you're going to give me a binge.
Yeah.
I get to choose one.
Even if you don't give me a binge, even if you release it episodically, weekly, right? I still choose to binge, so I might not watch it until you're done.
Right.
So I do that. Look, I do that right now with Discovery. I only watched 1 episode. I'm gonna binge the rest once it's all out.
What were your thoughts when she put her captain's suit on at the end of season 3 versus the actual captain's suit she got in season 4?
I didn't think about it that much, to be honest.
Honestly, I hated the suit that they gave her at the end of season 3. The whole crew. I was like, it really looks like last minute put together.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing.
Here's
the thing. Did I care for it when I saw it? No. I remember like thinking like, really?
All gray with the bar color. I was like, meh.
But I didn't think too much. I like it was, it was out of mind, out of sight really fast. And then once I watched the first episode of season 4, I was like, I'm glad. Clearly, I didn't think twice about the old suits because I was like, this looks good. Like, I didn't even think about the fact that this is
pop of color. Like, it just
100%. Yeah, 100%.
It was.
I do like the fact that they wear tennis shoes though, because it makes sense. Like in my head, like yes, you want to be not wearing dress shoes or boots because that's not nimble. If you wear when they're on the ship, they're wearing tennis shoes.
I didn't even.
Yeah. If you look at the soles, they're 100% tennis shoes.
Let's see, Discovery.
Yeah, 100%, bro. Which makes sense because when you're running around the bridge, you want to be in tennis shoes. You don't want to fucking be in boots or some shit that doesn't make sense to run around with, especially when you're in the middle of a fucking space battle.
I appreciate the black strips. Yeah, they really are.
Yeah, every episode, bro.
Look at that.
Yeah, I've told, bro.
Good for them.
Yeah, that's what I said. I was like, it makes sense. Like, I really like. I'm surprised. This is not surprising at all with this fucking tangents, and we're talking about the thing we said. Listen. Fuck it. Let's skip. We're going to talk about Discovery later, so let's not talk about it anymore.
Here's what I'm saying. The thing I was going to say is the 90s had the best media of all time.
Yeah.
in part because we had the most diversity on screen. Our biggest action star.
And you know what's funny?
Right?
Most people will tell you you're crazy, but if you actually go back, that's a fact.
Like Will Smith, Lucy Liu, Jackie Chan,
Jet Li,
they at their top.
Jet Li.
All the top were all nice.
Dude, because if you think about it, they were up in the mid to end of 90s and early 2000s. You know why? Because Stallone was losing steam. Van Damme was losing steam.
Yep.
Schwarzenegger was losing steam. He was actually the only one out of those three that was actually still kind of keeping it going.
But his stuff was getting more varied.
Right.
Right. He did Eraser.
Right.
He did the Judgment Day.
Yeah. But dude, there was so much, like the big fucking.
Like, what did we get from fucking Van Damme?
We didn't get, bro. We didn't get a lot. But that's what that's what I'm saying, man. The '90s just had
there's something to it, man.
There's something to it, man. There's really something
hard to recapture. And when you see these remakes, like when you see these the resurrections, and it's like, oh, the first few episodes are always so fucking cringy because they're trying to just do and like pull at all the strings from that. And like, we don't need that.
We don't.
Audience.
No, absolutely not.
We saw it.
No.
We saw it.
But
see it as you do.
But that to me goes into what I've always argued on our podcast about this shit is bad writers, bad storytellers. Because if that's what you rely on, is that nostalgia, then that means you can't hook the people with a good story.
Yeah.
Because a good story will hook you, bring you into this resurrected world, and then you can come in and do some things that have similarities, that have same feelings.
The thing is,
but when you do stupid shit, like for instance, like Fuller House, when they literally the whole episode was just a cop out episode to get you like, oh, this is Full House, like it was awful.
Literally not use those flashback scenes, the like original show scenes, and just done those moments. And the people who were fans of the show and had that nostalgia would be like, hey, that's like the first episode.
Yeah.
Like, I'm feeling it.
100%.
But when you literally cut in the original show, bro.
Now, I'll tell you this. I didn't watch Roseanne. Oh, I mean, I watched Roseanne, but I didn't watch the new one that came back as Roseanne and then turned into the Connors. Yeah, and then turned into the Connors. Not because I didn't want to. I don't know. For some reason, like I liked it. I like one of my big moments in that series is when Dan, right? That's his name in the show. Dan Connor, the dad, when he has the heart attack during the wedding. Like that was a huge pivotal moment. Like for me, like something that really stands out for me. But for some reason, I just never like when they announced it, I was like, oh, that's cool. Maybe I'll watch it at some point, type of deal. But it didn't. So I don't know how that started. I don't know if that started good or bad. I don't know if that did the whole thing like the Fuller House did. I hope not, because it seems like it got a really big reception before, she did the whole crazy thing. So I'm hoping it didn't do it, and it was actually just good writing, which is a refreshing thing, right?
I think that one could have just picked up because it was the original. It was the same cast.
Yeah, it was just the same cast that came back. Yeah,
Fuller House, it was a new cast.
It was
a new like a
kind of
new cast.
Yeah.
Whereas with they didn't really do that at all with Girl Meets World. I
didn't watch. I didn't watch that.
Out of all of those, like the ones that kind of just picked up where the old one left off, I still think that's one of the best ones because it started as its own thing with those old characters in place, kind of on the road they were on always.
Yes.
And where it hits you with like those little nostalgia things was just in the little cameos.
Well, that's how it should be.
Feeney, and Feeney was like, "You're a grown adult. Why are you calling?"
Well, that's how it should be, right? That's called better writing, right? That's not like let's throw in the nostalgia because that's all we got right now.
And that's what I'm afraid for Saved by the Bell. Saved by the Bell.
See, I
like those first few episodes, I was like, "Oh, it's so cringy."
But it wasn't for me. It wasn't.
I felt the first 3 episodes, I was like, "Oh shit." The third one got a little bit better, and I was like, okay, so I gave it another episode, and I don't know, 4 really hit, and I just blasted through.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm on almost done with season 2, like 6 or 8, I can't remember.
Season 2 is way funnier.
But I didn't feel that at all. Like the first episodes, like they introduced a new cast really well. The fact that the old cast is there, but like it's really just Jesse and fucking AC, like, and they're not really there. They're just here and there, bits and pieces. Yeah, there's some. Yeah, so like I thought they did that really well. But the biggest thing I love about that is, man, I don't know. Listen, I know in the original AC Slater was a little bit of a, like, he could be dumb, but his jokes just hit in this series, bro. He just.
Did you get to the career fair?
No.
We're like 30 minutes in. If you're still listening, full spoilers on everything we're talking.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. No, I think the thing I just finished. From what I can remember, I think this was the last episode I watched. It's all blurs together so much.
Jesse's still married.
She just told her son he's getting a divorce, and Zach was a substitute, and then he tricked his son by being the old. That was a good bring back. That was a good bring, because I forgot Zach used to do that shit.
Remember though, at the end, did he say it at the end? Was that in a later episode? Where he like knew.
No, that was at the end of that episode, because the new girl, the main girl, which to me is the main character, the president of the school, she comes up to him. He's like, "It was my dad the whole time. What did I teach you? The number one thing is like always flip the letters in the name to see the true person's name." That was great. It was like I was like, nailed it. That was so good. I love, dude. Even though Mac's an idiot, just the little bits how he reacts to certain things, like facially, I'm like, that makes me crack up so much, dude.
It's so good. I love they did I'm like, honestly, by the end of the first season, I genuinely had the thought, I'm like, holy shit, I just realized she's been trans this whole time, and they didn't do like a I'm trans, woe is me episode. I was like, holy shit, she's just a person.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
She's just a person, and she did have an episode where she dealt with her shit.
Can I put this out there?
Cool. That's her personality.
Can I put this out there?
It wasn't just like a trans people have it hard.
Yeah, let me put this out there. Hey, superhero CW writers, this is how you tell a fucking thing without clearly fucking telling it. Like,
I don't know. Dreamer, I thought they did a pretty good job.
They did, but they did better with this one.
Yeah, somehow.
A comedy, literally slap you in the face, stupid, cringy comedy show did a better transgender thing to like show you what's right and wrong.
Yep. You're right.
Than a fucking show about a badass superhero that's supposed to bring good to people's life. Come on. That's not even. That shouldn't be a thing. That shouldn't be a thing. But
all that said, we're gonna swing back around.
Let's swing back around.
So we're gonna swing back around to Bel Air.
Bel Air.
True reinvention. I don't really think we've had a lot of these. I don't think we've had any of these.
Okay.
Where it's like a completely different tone.
Yes.
They're not doing the same thing with different actors.
They are.
Yeah. What do you mean? They're not doing.
So it's a different tone, 100%. Yeah, it's not. It's a drama show versus a comedy show, but they are doing the same thing. That's my problem with it. And this is why I have right now. Well, that's why I'm going to tell you why you're going to agree, because once I point it out, you're going to be like, well, fuck, you're kind of right.
I would say Hillary is completely different. Like, she's not the same kind of character at all.
She is different in the sense she's not stupid, but she's still very much a fashion person that wants to be social. Back then there was no social media, but she wanted to be famous.
She's a socialite, but she's also like looking to start her own business. She's like she
Yeah.
has way more substance.
Yeah, 100%. I'm not saying they didn't give her substance, but I'm saying like there are 100% similarities, or not even similarities, but it's literally the same person. It's just they made her smart instead of stupid and more ambitious than previously. She was still ambitious in the past. She was just dumb.
She had her own show.
Yeah, she could act very stupid in the show, and that's kind of how it was portrayed. So instead of seeing the ambition previously, people focused on the stupidity, even though she was clearly very ambitious in the past.
That's true.
So it's just not. You can't really comment on Ashley because we haven't seen her that much yet. Yeah. We just seen bits and pieces. She's super young and stuff like that. So I'm sure we'll see that develop. Here's my problem. I'll tell you the problems right up. Okay, let me tell you the things I do like. I love the gentleman that plays Phil.
He's been fantastic.
Well, he's been fantastic for a long time, and I'm sorry that I don't remember his real name, but he is a great takeover for Phil. Like, I love it. I don't know why. Something about him just works.
I like that they played him in like the first episode and a half. They played him like really kind of like wit's end right away, wants to get rid of him. Like he's very self-centered.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
So like I like that he kind of had a
I love the guy they picked for Jeffrey. Love him. You know who he reminds me of? Can you tell me, dude? Tell me.
Are you about to say Idris Elba? Because it's
no.
Okay, because they made the joke. Erica made the joke.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Not even a little bit. You know who he reminds me of?
Who?
The guy that plays fucking Jet on fucking Cowboy Bebop with the beard. They look almost like they could be brothers.
Right. I didn't even think about that.
Dude, because in real life, when he's not bald, like I've been seeing him on Instagram, right? I follow him on Instagram, and with his beard and the dude that he has, I'm like, fuck, dude, how's that not the same guy? Like,
can I tell you?
Really, Idris?
Remember when they said
people have been making jokes about him being?
Literally, Erica saw him, I think, in the trailer or maybe in the first episode. Nah. She's like, what's up with baby Idris?
Nah. I don't see it.
Anyway.
I guess if you take the accent in consideration, but I'm pretty sure is he faking that?
They announced Pennyworth, and I was like, who the fuck is looking for Batman's butler's backstory? I'm like, you know what the butler backstory we want? We want Jeffrey year one.
Here we go.
Dude, bro, I want this Jeffrey's year one.
I want this guy to be
talking about the moving to Jamaica to London.
Yeah.
Boy, I'm like, that's a story.
Yeah, dude. Honest to God, I can see them doing a spin-off for him, no problem.
Dude, he's
here's the thing. So those are the two I really like. Mm-hmm. I actually like the actor for Carlton, but I'll get into that. And Viv, I like her, like the way she looks, the way certain things she's portrayed so far. But here's the things I don't like. First, I'm going to start with the small ones. Some of the writing is not good because the writing clearly was written in a overacting way, and so the actors needed to figure out how to do it not feel like overacting. And I think that's where the lady that plays Aunt Viv has missed a few times, like during the moments of where she's like trying to, when she's mad at Hillary, there was moments where it felt like it didn't feel right how a mother would react or how she's saying the lines. Like, it didn't feel good. There were moments where I was like, man, I feel like the writers, because I think she's an okay actress. I don't think she's bad, but I think because the writers didn't write those parts that well, she did what she could with the talent that she has. And I think the writers missed the ball on that a little bit. And obviously, if they gave her more time to maybe look over the lines and stuff like that. So I think that's the smaller problems I have with it. Like, I've noticed a few times with acting on that. Here's my big problems.
Okay.
This one, 100%. If you disagree with me, then you and me don't see Fresh Prince of Bel Air the same way. Pulling the "You're Not My Dad" card in episode 1 with the one tear that Will would do, you don't pull that in episode 1. You do that only if you can't write. That builds up. Uncle Phil being an uncle and uncle and uncle, and then the time when it comes when he's trying to be like a father and he pulls that out. Dude, that hit me, bro. When that, in Fresh Prince of Bel Air, when that happened, that hit me hard. That's not an episode 1 move. You don't pull that in episode 1.
Right, but they're not doing the same show.
But it doesn't matter. You don't pull
Telling the story differently.
But I don't care. That I didn't feel nothing in that moment. I didn't feel dick. But when Will did it on his show, I cried. I straight up cried.
I really don't remember what episode you're talking about.
Yeah, well, I do, because I fucking think about it all the time, man. When he pulled that was fucking...
Oh, I do. It's...
Then
father was in the kitchen. I remember.
Yeah, bro, it was a fucking pivotal moment, and that builds up. Number two,
it's a different.
It doesn't matter if it's a different story. You don't pull out an emotional card like that without any kind of build up. That's a bad fucking. That meant literally, as a person who loved the original show.
I think hear me out. I understand where you're coming from. I really do. I also felt that way at first. When I heard it, I was like, man, that was kind of a strong response for the first episode, the first half of
but he didn't but that's the thing, everything about that moment shouldn't have happened. Like, they shouldn't have written it that way. You build up to that.
But hear me out. Yes, if that was going to be a pivotal moment, absolutely. But I think they're going to reverse it. I think they're going to have Will coming at this like, you're not my father. Right, he's coming from the streets. Like, they really want him to be a strong. They're clearly in the first 3 episodes. He's very much trying to rep for West Philly. He's trying to.
I get what they're doing, bro, but
he's trying to be overtly that. So I think what's going to happen is they're going to do that. They did that in episode 1,
right?
And I think down the line, episode whatever, and it's season 1, season 2, whatever, you're going to have a moment where he's gonna say you're like a father or something like that. Like, they're gonna bring it around and
to me,
I feel.
I mean, that's fine. Even if I'm telling you right now, even if they do, ain't gonna feel right to me, because you build up to that. You build up to all that. You do.
I mean, that's not necessarily true.
Bro, that was a super emotional moment, and I felt zero emotion. All I felt was like, now we're going there right now. Like, I didn't feel shit. Like, when he was crying, I was like, shut the fuck up, bitch. Go walk away. But when Will cried, I was like, I feel you, bro. I feel you.
It's a different situation.
No, it's a bad writing situation.
Why did Will Smith on The Fresh Prince of Bel Air go to Bel Air?
Same reason.
Nope.
100%.
Nope.
His mom sent him to fucking his uncle.
Why?
Because he got in trouble in fucking fighting on the basketball court.
Got no fight. Exactly.
Yeah.
He didn't go to jail for gun.
Right, because that was supposed to be a more comedy show versus drama.
My point is,
once again,
the same situation.
It doesn't matter if it's the same situation. The situation is still the same. He didn't have a father, and he didn't go up to Uncle Phil and say, "You're not my father."
Right.
Right. He said that later when you build up where, hey, he's acting like an uncle. He's acting like an uncle. He's acting uncle. He's acting like oh, here comes a moment where it's like a father moment, where it might feel like a father moment, and he ain't feeling that. Because he's still feeling the moment where it's like, you're not my dad.
But the reason he said that is because his dad was in that episode.
Yeah. But
so he was trying to decide where his loyalty lies,
right,
where his heart was.
Right.
It was a different episode.
But that's a very, for a drama show, that's how you do it.
I think
the fact that they did that, but I'm not comparing the two. I'm comparing moments. I'm comparing moments when they're right. Pulling out a dad card in episode 1 where I have no emotional connection to anybody.
And I agree.
That's the wrong card to pull.
I think it was too early.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So that is a wrong move.
Absolutely.
100% a wrong move.
I think it was a wrong move. I think it was. It wasn't necessary, for sure. I thought it was.
There was no point of getting into that right there.
Very heavy-handed. It was very heavy-handed. And I'm glad we didn't linger on it too much.
I mean, yeah, I'm glad we didn't linger on it either. But I really wanted to feel that moment, and
but you don't. But again, you don't need to feel that moment. That's not something. I genuinely don't think you were supposed to feel that moment. I think that was just. You were supposed to see Will. He's lashing out because he wants to be in control of the situation.
I think as a show and a writer, you should want people to feel that moment, to connect to that, and there was zero connection.
But again, that's not you're expecting to feel like you're expecting that moment to mean what you think it should mean, not what they wanted it to mean. They wanted you to see that he was lashing out because he wanted to be in control.
You could do that anyway. You could. I literally was feeling that the whole time. But when you brought up the whole dad card, that took me out of everything else. That literally took me out of everything. Like the whole lashing out, I was down with. I was like, this makes sense. They did the play that literally the rest of the episode. I was like,
right,
the dad card.
Look at right.
I didn't give a fuck about nothing else.
Look at it this way from Will's perspective. You haven't talked to these people in years. You were taken away from your home, literally last minute. This man clearly thinks he has something all over you because he's done you a huge favor.
Yeah, that's great, and you can play that
now
card.
He's calling you son.
That's the problem.
And
but that's the writing problem. That's
no, but I'm saying this to me. It could be in that position. All right, look, you have this shit on me. I'm here at your fucking behest. I'm here because you got me out of a trouble. But, like, that's a line you don't get to cross. You don't get to call me son.
I'm telling you, that's great. You can explain to me 50 Shades of Grey, but I'm not going to fucking sit here and tell you that it changes anything for me. It doesn't. It literally ruined the rest of that episode for me. Shit, it ruined the whole 3 episodes because I'm like, this is what you're pulling this in the beginning? Like, this was all very emotional. There was build up here.
I don't know why. I don't know. I didn't think it was that big of a deal.
It's a big of it. When you pull a dad card, that's a big deal. When you pull a dad card, that's a big deal.
Right? And that's because we have our own.
I mean, but not just for us. Anybody who has dad issues, that's a big deal.
Anybody that has
and there's a lot of people in this world that have dad issues, like a lot. I would wager to say there's majority of people that have daddy issues, and so when you pull a dad card and you're doing it wrong, you did it wrong. Because a dad card is a very emotional thing.
You're right. It absolutely could have been done differently. He could have done something else.
And that plays into also the next part, which is Carlton. Carlton being a drug addict, that meant something in Fresh Prince of Bel Air.
It was one episode.
Yeah, it doesn't matter, though. But the way they played it, because during that time, but during that time, Will was good with him. Will was good now with Carlton at that time because even in that show, Will had issues with Carlton.
A different story.
It doesn't matter if they're telling a different story, bro. Once again, when you
Carlton is hiding a secret, living this perfect life.
Listen. God fucking damn it, just listen for a hot minute. It doesn't matter. You can tell different stories all you want. When it comes to building up emotional things, those matter. So even if that was a comedy show written a different way, that moment wasn't comical. That was a drama. This is a drama show. If a comedy show does a drama part better,
it can't.
It has.
It can't.
It has.
It can't.
It has. I'm telling you from my viewer perspective, it has. Period. So you're not going to change my mind. Nobody's going to change mine.
Then this entire arc of Carlton in these 3 episodes so far.
Yes, and here's why. Here's the 2 things that show did that made that more of a thing. One, we saw him and Carlton not be good. Then we saw him and Carlton start getting good. During that show, they finally were good, and he was willing to take his rep, to take what happened to him on his behalf, and also as well, he was very emotional for Carlton. In this, what are they going to play it like? Yeah, he's a bitch. Yeah, I could have told you that's where the drugs came from. Is that what they're going to play? Oh.
No.
Oh, is he going to feel something for him when it's finally time? Like, none of that would matter.
He didn't know where they came from.
Yeah, but he saw, first of all, he had his suspicions because he saw Carlton doing drugs. Literally, the day he comes in,
right, but he doesn't
snorting it.
But he doesn't know that Connor has anything to do with that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying, though. That's an emotional moment because you had all this buildup of characters hating each other, coming together, and then finally willing to, like, be there for him. Right. In this show,
he's not a snitch.
It doesn't matter if he's not a snitch. In this show, what are you going to do? Like, what's the
reason he's not saying anything? And he did. Really, he did. He said it could be.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, cool. But I'm saying in this show, that was a drama emotional moment in a comedy show.
Right.
What are you going to do? You're going to say Carlton is a drug addict, and what's their like?
Carlton is very clearly in these 3 episodes.
Yeah, he's a drug addict. No, 100%. Yeah, 100%.
He is. His entire world is falling apart as he sees it from his perspective.
Oh yeah. Obviously, he's playing into the jealousy thing.
His father to this new company.
Yeah, for sure. In his eyes, he's lost his father and stuff like that.
And the last episode, episode 3, where they're all cheering for him, and none of them were there.
Yeah.
By the way, nobody was there because it's fucking.
Lacrosse.
I don't even fucking remember the name of the game.
Yeah.
It's fucking lacrosse.
Yeah, nobody was there. Yeah, nobody's there. Literally nobody was
nobody's
there.
there. Nobody's mom, nobody's family was there.
Literally, you could see the stands were empty.
Yeah, the stands were completely empty. So and also, half the lights were on. It didn't even look like it was a game. It looked like it was practice.
Here's the thing, and this is once again goes into writing for me. You're telling me that Aunt Viv and Uncle Phil didn't tell Carlton that they were going to first go watch Will and then come to. Oh, he didn't know. His shit started. He's like, where is everybody? He knows when the game starts. They both games started about the same time.
Right, but he's so self-centered that he didn't think about that.
When did they tell him? Because I never.
They said, and they said, oh, I've got my first basketball game. You guys are gonna be there? And they said, yes, of course. And then Carlton said, and my lacrosse game, and she said, of course, like half of us.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, there was an exchange for sure.
Okay, cool.
The way that played is.
I do remember where he said in the lacrosse game, but I don't remember them saying like, yeah we're going to be a both or whatever.
He wanted, like she said, like, you know, this is a new situation. We all have to kind of make cuts or something like that.
Yeah.
And he was salty there, and he left. And then there was.
I'm just saying. In my personal opinion. At this current state, the comedy show did drama better.
I think this is where your issue with it is coming from. I think you're comparing it too much.
I'm not comparing it because I'm not looking.
You just did.
I'm comparing the drama. I'm not comparing the comedy shit.
No,
I'm not. And honestly, if you want me to start comparing it, acting-wise, everybody in the '90s did better. If you want me to get technical, Will Smith did better than the man that's portraying him now as Will.
Well, he's not portraying him. He's portraying Will Smith.
Right. That's what I'm saying. He's portraying Will, the guy that's acting right now as Will Smith.
No, he's not portraying Will Smith. He's portraying the character that's written for this show.
I got it. Yeah. I get it. But it's based off of Will's somewhat of his fucking life story.
No.
From what I understand, some of this is based off of his actual story.
No, it's based off the story of the creator of the show, which is not him.
Okay. I could have sworn it was based off something of his, a little bit of his story.
I forgot the guy's name.
Regardless, even if that's being the case, Will did a better job. Alfonso. I was gonna say. I'm like, oh, don't let me butcher. Now. I think both actors are playing Uncle Phil regularly. Obviously, I have more Uncle Phil to judge from the original series, so I can't. But I think this guy's doing a fantastic job so far. But he's a good actor. He's been around. He's been acting. So like, it's not like
trying to compare it to the old show.
But here's the thing. But I'm not comparing it like one for one. I'm comparing it like how were lines delivered. I can compare that. It doesn't matter if it's a comedy or drama. How lines are delivered, how the writing is. Even if it is a drama or comedy, you can still watch.
Pretty new, if not brand new.
And then the drama parts. If there is drama moments in that show, there is zero reason for me to not be able to compare it to a drama-driven show. Now, when comedy moments happen here, and let's say they are better than that, I can compare those two because that is the comparison. And now, right now, comparing the drama aspect of that show with this show, they didn't do it well.
I understand what you're saying, but I also think you need to take into account that those drama elements of the original show weren't standalone. They were part of a larger narrative.
Well, yeah, of course,
So
but that's the whole.
This is the entire narrative.
But
the drama is the entire narrative, so it's gonna be different.
Yeah, but
it's gonna be a different setup. So
but absolutely not. But you still don't do certain things right off the bat. You don't do the fucking dad card in fucking 20, 30 minutes of a show that's 1 hour long in the first episode, and you believe that somebody's gonna fucking feel something with that.
Right, and again, I agree with you, because even for me to like credit that moment, I had to dissect it.
I've been dissecting it and still don't feel it.
Right, hear me out. Even for me, who already said like it wasn't that big a deal, for me to like give that moment credit and be like it wasn't just kind of like a lazy writing moment, I had to dissect it and put it in a framework that makes it make sense. So you're right, it wasn't good writing because for me to have to do that for that moment to have the credit I feel like maybe they wanted, or maybe I'm just hopeful that they wanted. If I need to explain, like, you know, it's like if you have to explain a joke, it's not a funny joke.
Correct.
Right. So
if you have to explain a drama moment, then it's not a good drama moment.
Exactly. So it definitely could have been done differently, and it should have been done differently.
It should have.
But it's honestly such a minor part, because it's kind of like this blip in that first episode. I thought the guy,
let me tell you this right now.
like you're clearly like holding on to these like two really big things, and
Because they're big things. Like Carlton being a drug addict is huge.
is the whole plot of this show.
When that's great. And so if you wanted to pull that as the plot, you could have actually kept going with it until the end of season 1. And then in season 2, you pull out the fucking Will Smith dad coming up all of a sudden, Picard, and you play that scene halfway into the season and means something.
Now you're asking for a remake.
I'm not asking for a remake. I'm just asking for
Does it need to be
I'm just asking. But bro, that wasn't the whole season back then. That was literally maybe 3 episodes.
I mean, like the Carlton and the Fresh Prince
Was 1 episode.
It was one.
Yeah.
episode.
So I'm not asking for
He did speed because he was trying to do it.
right, because he was trying to keep up. Yeah.
This is not that.
Well, obviously this is not that. That's clear as fucking day to me.
Comparing it is kind of pointless.
Right. Okay. Great. So let's not compare that. But why then pull? Why pull the drug part, right, which was in that series, and why pull the fucking?
I think that has very little to do with that, honestly, because what I think they're playing at here, because he's in L.A., Bel Air, he's rich,
No, I get it.
and has anxiety.
No, yeah, I get it.
He does drugs.
No, I get it.
It's pretty easy.
Yeah. No, I got it.
So it's like they're not pulling it because Carlton did that in one episode. They're doing it because it makes sense.
No, I got it. But then you don't have to pull the whole like dad card, and you can play that in the second season when it actually makes more sense.
I agree with you that
No,
makes sense.
I know. So I'm saying,
makes
but like
sense to
there's
not have done that in the
right,
first episode.
and that's fine. I guess if you want to make, I think it's a miss though. Like I think what worked well with. Even for that aspect, it was in 1 episode. But even if you were going to pull Carlton being a drug or becoming a drug addict, why not first show him, let's say, in season 1, right, just being mad?
Because Carlton is not meant to be likable yet.
I know. Here's I'm not talking about likable. I'm talking about him being mad. Okay.
And he is.
Yeah. So he's mad, right? All these things are happening without the drugs. End of season 1, we watch him finally do drugs, right? Season 2, we're working out how the fuck, how bad is this going to get?
If that's a slower way of telling the story.
But yeah, but there's plenty of other things you're telling. There's
I'll tell you why that doesn't work.
But here's the thing: you're telling fucking 50 stories in 1. You're talking about Uncle Phil going to fucking trying to fight. Clearly, there's a lot of story about him trying to get this election while being a rich fucking right. Nobody wants to vote for his ass because he's rich, right? None of his people, right? As they're saying his people. So like you're telling like 3 to fucking 5 stories, right? And Viv about doing art, Ashley or not Ashley, Hillary doing her shit, getting kicked out and all that stuff. Carlton being Carlton, of all, he's got like 50 things we're dealing with. He's a fucking cunt. He's lying to his parents. He's fucking a drug addict.
Hear me out.
I mean, at this point, he might just explode in episode 5. And then you got Will Smith not only dealing with his friend getting shot, running away from a guy trying to survive his life. I'm pretty sure he's getting shot at the end of this season. Like, bro, you're dealing with 50 things.
Hear me out. Here is why the idea you're having doesn't work for this show. The idea you've explained makes sense if you're starting a show and all the characters at 0. I.e., they have no real history. Like no plot history. But we can sprinkle some stuff in here and there. Like that's what they did on The Fresh Prince, right?
Yeah.
Uncle Phil was a lawyer.
Yeah.
And then in one episode, it was like, oh yeah, back then we did like rallies and stuff. Sprinkle.
Right.
Moves on. Little sprinkle.
But that's what they're doing here with like Uncle Phil and stuff like that.
Before episode 1, everyone already had story.
No, I understand. No.
Aunt Viv had to give up her dream so that she could raise her child.
Yeah, but
her child is asking her if your dream.
So let me rephrase that. Let me rephrase that. There is story, but it hasn't been told.
Right, but there is story.
Right. Well, I mean, so is the
knowing that they have this backstory,
right,
and intrigue, that they can now fill in.
Yeah, but so in the old show they had the same thing. They had a story beforehand, but
they didn't.
But they did.
What did Carlton do before episode 1? Nothing. He was a rich kid.
He was a rich kid that was really good in fucking school. He never had any problems.
That's it.
Yeah, that's all he is here. Except he's a fucking prick. He's a fucking prick, and he's a drug addict.
He's a drug addict. He's had anxiety. Has an ex-girlfriend. Like all of these things are like story from before the first episode that we get to fill in. It's literally the Arrow format. And instead of flashbacks, we're just going to be told about this.
No, I get what they're doing with that, but like the other ones had it too. Uncle Phil was a badass lawyer. He became. No, it wasn't. There was plenty episodes later. Well, of course, yeah, of course. But I mean, they did it differently, sure. But
on that show, Will was the star. So the only backstory we had for any character before episode 1 was Will.
Yeah, no, I get that.
He got in trouble, and that's why he's here.
I get that, but we still had backstories. How they decided to fill them in and how they decided to do them is the difference in writing. That's it. They could have done the same thing with this series.
What I'm saying is they did that week to week on that old show.
Yeah, they could have done the same thing with this series. Just because we're watching it differently, not the same as before, where we're getting 3 episodes at a time versus 1 at a time.
No, but it's not. I mean, they're probably still going to go to 1 after this.
That's possible. Yeah, I guess. Sure. Yeah.
What I'm saying is it's a different writing approach. It's saying these characters are already dynamic instead of saying here are these characters and then proceeding to make them dynamic.
I mean, yeah, bro. I mean,
like as soon as
you can make them dynamic without going into everything deeply right off the bat.
I disagree.
I don't,
because I don't know of an example where that's a true thing.
I don't know what to tell you, man. I truly do believe you don't have to.
Unless we're talking Carlton, and unless we're talking, let's say, The Fresh Prince, where after 6 seasons, someone has been like Hillary is not a dynamic character until like season 3.
Yeah. Right.
So out the gate, Hillary is nothing.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, you gave her more right off the bat. That's great.
So she's a dynamic character in episode 1. Everyone is a dynamic character.
Yeah, but Carlton. But once again, Carlton can be a prick and all that without having the drug abuse. The drug abuse could come after.
But then why is he? Then it's just like, are you just suffering from rich kid syndrome? It's stupid.
Once again, anxiety, all the bullshit. But that doesn't mean he has to be a drug addict right off the bat to deal with the anxiety.
When you're rich,
he could actually, in all reality, actually, to be fair, in all reality, now that I even think about it more during this wonderful conversation of ours, it's actually really dumb that he's a drug addict right now. Because here's the thing: he's the only son to a badass family. Most likely because he's the only son, his dad would connect with him more, right?
But they've already said he doesn't.
But because Will comes in and starts feeling like he's still in the limelight, that's when he can now start doing drugs, right? Because now it's on top of not just being anxious and trying to be a perfect kid and losing a girlfriend. Now you got a guy that looks like he's taking your parents away, even though he's not. But it looks like it, and now you jump into drugs.
And I see where you're going with that.
Better story writing, and I'm not even a writer.
Different, not better.
I think that is better because going right off the bat that he's just a straight drug addict
means that he had a life before Will showed up.
Well,
he had friends who could negatively influence him before Will showed up.
He could still have, but it could say that, let's say, all that time he did have those friends that could influence him. He fought him off, even with the shit he was dealing with. And then
that's not how those friends work. You know that.
Well, that's right, but we could say he's a stronger character than he appears. Right now, he just looks like...
Because then they would not want to be friends with him. Connor is not a real friend. Connor is just... placating his fucking druggie.
Yeah, I mean, Connor's not a real friend, but Carlton also, not everybody wants Carlton to do speed and everybody like him in school. He even says, these are my people. So even Connor is his because he runs the school. So he doesn't have to be a druggie to run the school.
Right, but to deal with all of his shit.
Nah, see, that's where I think that's bullshit.
So before Will showed up, how's he been dealing with his shit?
So I mean, just trying to just trying to fight it, like a lot of people do. I tried to do it for years before I realized I needed therapy.
Right, but if you were rich, you would have just gone sooner.
I mean, yeah, but not everybody. Well, no, that's not true. Because rich or not, like I had insurance, I had coverage. I just didn't. I didn't realize it. I didn't realize that all this shit that I was feeling, all this thought process, and I just tried to fight it. Like it's the same thing. Him being a strong, independent black man that's clearly very smart.
Not independent at all. That's
okay, fine. Not independent, but still, I mean, he's semi-independent when it comes to like what he does in school. I mean, his dad doesn't.
Sure.
Like he clearly runs those kids as a badass. So he's clearly
a relationship with the school. So
I'm just saying you could have done it better.
You could have done it different.
You could have done it better.
And that is an opinion.
You're right. That is an opinion, of course. And I don't agree with going right off the bat. And also, what's going to be like, what are going to be pivotal moments where...
Maybe the pivotal moment of this season is Carlton realizing that Will is not trying to fucking steal his family.
Well, I'm sure that's going to be. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah,
he's a good guy.
I mean, yeah, they might. I've already thought about a few ways they're going to go around about this. They might end it where it gets really bad for Carlton, right? And that's going to be the cliffhanger, or
ends up in rehab.
Yeah, and I think that's probably most likely the way I'm watching this writing. That's probably where they're going with this.
I mean, they did. They
because something's going to happen with Will and the gangster.
Shadowed him pretty early.
Yeah.
In episode 3, he had a really shitty fucking time.
Yeah, he had a bad game. Yeah,
and like everything kind of piled on.
He got kicked out.
Goes out and he sees.
Yeah,
he runs out. What I'm thinking is he runs out. Maybe goes and does more drugs.
Yeah. Oh, it's going to be bad. Yeah, no, it's going to be bad.
Maybe now is when he ends up in the hospital.
I don't think. I think that'll be the season finale.
Really?
I think him being... But honestly, I think
with the track record of these 3 episodes really kind of jumping things early, maybe not.
No, maybe not. Maybe he's going to be in the hospital in the middle, and then Will's going to be in the hospital after he gets shot.
I think Will gets shot.
Yeah, Will gets shot.
I think Will gets
shot. Yeah, and they're going to catch the... He's going to get shot. They're going to get him. They're going to get the bad guy.
And then
season 2 will revolve around something else.
Yeah, it'll be about something else.
Yeah, because they're going to pull the... Well, there it is. That is what they're going to do, season 1. You know why I know? Because it wasn't until like season 8 that Will get shot, or Carlton gets shot for... No, Will get shot for jumping in front of Carlton. Yeah. So they're gonna pull that in season 1. You know, just pull out all the cards in fucking season 1.
So Carlton gets shot?
No, it'll be.
Oh.
Ooh, maybe.
Carlton gets.
Yeah. So they'll probably pull out the Carlton car.
Carlton sees. Oh my God! Here it is. Carlton goes to rehab. Episodes 4, 5, 6.
Yeah.
Carlton realizes Will's not a bad guy. they start getting closer.
Yeah, because he's gonna realize he's gonna
how many episodes? Let's say there's 12.
Because he's gonna figure out why Will is really here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he's gonna jump in front of the bullet.
Let's say there's 13 episodes. Episodes 10 and 11, 9, 10, 11, they get like closer. Episode 12.
No, they're not. I know what they're gonna do. If they do this, I'm not watching it after season 1.
Okay.
Because it's going to be bullshit move. It's just going to be to filter in more drama for season 2, and it's bullshit. What they're going to do is Carlton will get shot, but while Carlton won't get shot saving Will, it will be accidental. It'll be meant for Will. He's going to get shot, and he's going to be pissed off at him for getting shot in season 2. I'm telling you right now. The way they're going, I wouldn't be surprised if they pulled that card.
I don't know.
The way they're going, I wouldn't be surprised if they pulled that card. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm 100%. I hope I'm so fucking wrong that I can never guess another movie again. But I have a strong suspicion that they're going to go with that route. I don't know. And that'll be a bitch move. Because once again, that meant something. That meant something.
Yeah, well, it's different, though. It is different.
I mean, different or not, bro, the drama aspects can be similar. Not the same, but they can be similar. And for you to...
Similar, but then you have to be telling the same show.
You don't have to tell the show.
Shop because they're at the bank. They're at the ATM late.
Yeah, 100%.
That's not why they would get shot here.
Yeah, they would get shot here because they're late partying with friends. The gangster finds them, and he goes to shoot him. No difference, slightly different, and again, but it's still at nighttime. It's still due to being out too long.
And I think that is what they're going to go with. I think they're going to go with Carlton. Family finds out he's doing drugs. Will realizes like how bad it really is. Talks to Lisa. Lisa tells him all about the anxiety and shit, what she had to deal with during that whole time. Will comes to like support him. Carlton realizes he's not that bad a guy. Will tells him his story, why he's really.
I hope you're right.
And they become closer.
I hope you're right.
Like Carlton kind of sees that he's a good guy. He wants to be friends with him. He wants to be family. And then
I hope you're right. I hope I'm wrong.
And Carlton's like, oh shit, Will, look out.
I hope you're right. I hope you're right. I hope I'm wrong.
And hopefully it's on camera. And then I don't even really want to see the guy getting captured and anything.
I don't need to.
Like,
we just know.
Tell me in episode 1.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't need all that.
Camera, they caught him, boom, boom, boom.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't give a fuck.
Like easy.
Yeah, I don't care.
Easy clap to me.
Yeah.
It's like, between the shooting and between all the drug charges and shit.
I'm 100%, dude. I hope you are right. I hope I am wrong. But I'm a little worried.
And the sympathy vote for his son getting shot wins Phil the DA spot.
That could work.
Yeah. Or I mean, I don't know. I don't think they're going to do the election season 1, maybe. If they,
I mean, the way they're going, it fucking feels like it.
Then it's the sympathy vote from his son being in.
I'm guessing. Here's the thing.
In the hospital causes more drama. For
here's the thing, though.
Because he needs.
Here's the thing, though. Wasn't he Judge Phil?
Eventually, yeah.
And here he's
district attorney, but district attorney can go to judge.
No, he's going for district attorney.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what is he? Is he a judge?
No, he's a lawyer.
So he's going straight to DA.
Yeah.
Which makes sense. I mean, DAs are just lawyers, but for the
for the state.
Yeah, for the state, they're bigger lawyers. Oh, well, supposedly they're bigger lawyers.
Wait, bro. This is how he goes into defense law.
Yeah.
Right now, if he's going to go into district attorney,
right,
he's going to go work for the state.
Right.
They're talking about. I mean, they were talking about like laws and changing laws and stuff like that. He really the DA can't really do that stuff.
Well, because I thought he was going for like judge or something. So I was like, fuck, they're not going to expect this series to last that long because if they're already getting him to judge, like he didn't turn judge till fucking.
You know what I'm thinking?
But I forgot he's going for DA.
I'm trying to think if he wins DA. He's gonna I think he wins DA and then he can't get anything done. And then he sees like a district judge seat open up or something like that.
Yeah, I hope by season 3 or 4 he goes for judge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, right now we have guaranteed 2 seasons.
I mean, here's the thing.
They're going to go first.
Here's the thing. Honest to God, I think they should max it out. Here's the thing. With the way it's going, I don't want more than 5 or 6 seasons.
Well, the reason junior, so he's going to graduate high school by the end of these 2 seasons.
Right. Unless they fucking really spread them.
I doubt it.
I mean, I doubt it too, but
he graduates high school. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Could be interesting to see like college Will. Like that's kind of like what we didn't get.
I mean, I'm okay with that.
Kind of going a completely different route because he never went to college in the original show.
Yeah, no.
He goes to college now. It's a whole different experience. Where
he never went to college in the original show.
He went entrepreneurial. I think at the end, he was talking about opening.
Like at the end.
Yeah. He was. I didn't even think about that. He was in high school forever. 6 years.
Jesus, those kids. That is the longest college I've ever heard, or high school I've ever fucking heard. Even Carlton, who's a genius, was in there for that long.
All in high school for 6 years.
What the fuck?
No, for sure. I mean, for sure.
I think that'd be fun.
Were definitely 1 year.
Yeah.
Because I think in the one season when he like went back to Philly.
Yeah.
I think that was like a real year.
Yeah.
Like different.
Yeah.
That was a new year. I do. That was one of my favorite. Like it was a meta season opener. He's like working at a Philly steak joint, and the fucking NBC has like, "Yo, you got to go back."
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I forgot about that.
So that was my.
No, here's the thing, man. I think it's. Listen, I don't hate the show. I think it's overall good. I like how it's filmed or recorded or whatever you want to say. It has very much of a better than most TV show feel to it, almost like a movie. Like there's a lot of bokeh and stuff like that. Like they're using a lot of tricks to make it feel more cinematography than.
I don't want to miss out on talking about Jazz. I think Jazz is perfect.
Oh, Jazz is great.
I think
Jazz is perfect. Yeah,
this is like a perfect representation of Jazz in the modern age.
Yeah.
Love the Lowrider.
Yeah.
He's an Uber.
Yeah, no, Jazz is great.
Love it.
Yeah, no, yeah, I'm down with Jazz. Yeah, Jeffrey, Jazz, and Phil. Like, I love both of them. The guy that's playing Will.
Do you know?
I think he does a good job. My problem. Like I said, my problem is like he's clearly a young actor. Like he's not great at all the time.
I've seen Trey in something though. His buddy from Philly. I've seen Trey in something. And what's funny is
I forgot about Trey.
For the first episode.
Yeah, I forgot about Trey.
For the first like whole episode, I was like, oh shit.
That's Trey.
Trey.
I didn't even realize it.
Philly cheesesteak.
Dude, it took me like the whole 3 episodes to realize like who the fuck is Trey. And then I was, oh, Trey, like literally, that's how it went. That's how it went. Like it was like towards the end of episode 3. I was like, literally, I said it like, I was like, who the fuck? Do I even know who Trey is? And I'm like, oh, Trey.
2 or 3 is when
that
I was like,
fucker.
Oh, I said it out loud, and I was like, oh, Trey.
But didn't he turn out like in the original series? Didn't he turn out to be like bad for Will? Where in here, I feel like. He's definitely not bad for Will.
Yeah, no.
He seems like, well, he's kind of bad for Will because he brought the gun.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of like a mixture, right? He's not bad, but he's kind of bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because that was that.
Where he was definitely bad, and like he said,
that was that great classic 90s joke. She was so ugly, she was oogly.
But no, listen. I don't hate the show. I don't think it's great. I think, in my opinion, out of all the resurrected / restarts, obviously without watching like Girl Meets World and Roseanne, I think Saved by the Bell is still better for me, just because I think the only thing I don't care. I don't think Saved by the Bell is great. I think Saved by the Bell. No, I gravitate towards shit that makes sense, and I will say for Saved by the Bell, the main character or the old main characters are way too dumb. Like they were not that dumb in the original series. So like to make them really fucking stupid was, I mean, I get it, but
Jesse's a psychologist.
well, yeah, but like
That's a governor.
but like yeah, but a dumb governor, like super dumb, like dumber than Trump, and that's dumb.
I'm kind of feeling like it's a hit at the current governor, Gavin Newsom.
Oh, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, who knows? But like Kelly wasn't dumb, and she's a moron. She's like outside of the finally towards the end of the episode where they all got together, like towards the end of the episode where she finally has proper emotions towards her friend, and they it's like, I didn't mean you can't be somebody that helps because you don't have a doctorate, and I'm a doctor, and like during that moment they seemed better, but like Kelly's a fucking moron that whole time. She literally is, and Kelly was never that dumb ever. She's a complete. So like I will say
they're definitely playing it up.
They're playing up the stupidity on the original actors a lot.
They're playing it up. Like a couple more. When you see I think. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever seen Showgirls?
Yeah, with the girl that plays Jessie. Yeah.
Wait till the career for episode.
Nice. But like I said, I think Bel Air has potential of being really good.
Yeah.
I honest to God, I won't. If they stretch out this, like, here's the thing: I'll accept 2 seasons of Carlton being a dick, because it takes time to like warm up to somebody that you think is trying to wreck your life, even if he's not. But obviously in your head,
Right.
But after that, if you can't write anything better,
I want them to get on the same page.
I want them to get on the same page.
Like, it's cool.
Listen, I'd love to do it after season 1. But if it takes them 2 seasons, I'll live with it. But that second season better be written way better. Like, do a better job. Like, I'm not saying it's horrible, but it's, like I said, I won't agree with the dad card. That's a big move. I don't care who the fuck you are. Most people will tell you that's a big move. Even that's a big move.
My initial gut reaction was like, wow, that was early.
So if you try to, super early, dude. Like, I didn't feel like that moment where Will's crying, I'm like it took me completely out. I was like,
what's funny is
now?
I knew it was coming because he called him son like 3 times. Because he called him son the first time.
Yeah.
And Will kind of like paused.
Yeah, because yeah. And I was like, please don't do it. Like, in my head, I was like, no, not right now. And then he did it, and I'm like, I'm not feeling this. There's nothing here. Will's crying. I don't give a fuck. I want to be Uncle Phil, slap the shit out and be like, shut the fuck up. I took you out of jail.
Yeah, but I think also, he was crying because, like, his friend was in danger. And
his friend was in danger, sure, but it was that moment of like, you ain't my dad, and like that's a big emotional step for Will, and like we didn't feel it because you know what? At this moment, we don't give a fuck that he don't got a dad. He's got a great fucking mom that loves him, made sure he did good in school.
Yeah,
fucking has an uncle that bailed his ass out in a system that would easily throw his ass all the way in forever.
Yep.
So pulling that card out there, not the right move. So I'm hoping that from here on out, like I said, the Carlton thing, I'm not happy with it. I think they could have done the drug thing better. I don't care for it. We'll see how they do it. I hope you're right on how this season ends and how they play that all out. I hope I'm wrong. If I'm not, I'm probably going to be done after season 1. If I'm not wrong, if they do it the way I think, no, I ain't playing that game. I'm not. That's bad writing, man. I'm sorry. You know me. I love fast-paced. I love get to the point and shit like that. But there are certain aspects of certain types of shows that you can't just get to the point. You can't, like, especially depending on what you're talking about. This is a drama show. This is one of those shows that some things have to take time to develop. As much as I love proper pacing, something that feels like and this is not to show you do fucking super fast pacing and get shit out of the way, especially not shit like that, especially for a drama show.
It's really, really funny that we're saying that. It's funny that we're saying that it's fast paced.
It is very well paced because a lot is happening.
Because ironically, it's long as shit.
It is long as shit.
I was 3/4 of the way done with the first episode. I was like, oh wow, is this like a double length episode or something? I was like, because I thought maybe like the next episode had started or something. Like it was just had gone for a while.
Or I thought they did the first episode longer than the others. Sometimes they do that.
It was like 10 minutes longer. But I moved them out.
Yeah, but I thought they did it like significant. I thought they did more like an hour versus 20 minutes type of deal.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, let me see. And then it was like, of 58 minutes. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Like a full hour.
Yeah.
And then the next one, it was like another half hour, and I was like, oh, this one's 50 minutes.
Yeah.
Shit. All right. Well, damn.
No, yeah. I mean, they're long episodes, but they are. Listen, they play well, but certain things are not working for me. Like it's really taking me out. I like the smooth Jeffrey with the lady friend. I was like, oh, Jeffrey, I want to be you right now, bro.
He's killing it, man.
Dude.
Jeffrey's the only one that obviously still very dynamic character. A lot of character to him to explore. But he's the only one that I think is going to have like a fun arc.
But here's the thing, this Jeffrey is very much like the other Jeffrey for me. He was quiet in the original beginning, but he was always the smooth butler. He was always the guy. He could get a woman if he wanted to. Like he was sly. Like you just like that's right. So like Jeffrey was always good. So like this is the Jeffrey I would want. Like this is it. Like he's not just a butler. He's a friend. He's like him and Phil playing fucking
big house manager. That's good.
Yeah. House manager.
Live-in house.
Yeah, live-in house manager. But the fact that like they were actually playing pool together and actually having conversations like friends, like talking about his election, all that stuff and hip hop and fucking just old stories of like shit they did in the past. Like that's what I always expected from Jeffrey in the original series, because you could see that connection was there between them, especially when they were very heavy on Jeffrey episodes. And so I love seeing that early on, because I know that was always there. It was just never as explored as much.
Right.
So I think all that is done well. I think just some of the writing needs to be thought about a little bit more. So
I'm super interested to see where it goes. I mean, I really liked it. For the first like 10 minutes, I found myself kind of comparing. I was like, oh, okay, like I kind of see where
I was only comparing certain things. I was comparing like
I was comparing like characters and the way they showed them and stuff like that. And I was kind of like, oh, okay, like I see kind of like how you change this and how you change this.
See, that's funny because like
and it's like after I don't know at which point exactly it was, but I like bought into the universe. I care about these characters.
That's weird, dude. See, I didn't right now. Like, I mean, listen, like, I bought into a few things.
What Carlton's whole deal.
See,
I think he has a truly tragic arc in this, and I'm super interested.
See, that's funny. I only bought into a few of them, man.
See, it's ironic because
I bought into Jeffrey and I bought into Phil.
Also, I just realized. This show is called Bel Air.
Yeah.
It is not called The Fresh Prince of Bel Air.
No, it's not.
This show is not about Will. It's about all of them.
Correct.
That's why Aunt Viv already has a dynamic arc. She has history.
Yeah.
She has this thing that she's trying to bring back.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, it's definitely. I mean, that's why every episode was.
I just connected that.
Well, that's why every episode was about all of them. It wasn't just following Will, or mostly Will. It was following all of them the whole time. Every scene had something different, not just Will. I'm fine with that. That's what I want. I want.
You talking about the original?
No. This one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's what I want. I want that. I want to know better stories about all these characters.
To me, it's a more dynamic show.
But like for me, like I wasn't.
How old are you when you get in high school? 15.
15. Yeah, I think so.
At the end of these two seasons, Ashley goes into high school. So then we still have the Bel Air High experience.
Yeah.
With Ashley.
Yeah.
And then Will is going to be going to
college,
Cal State or something. I don't know.
Hillary's going to be huge.
Hillary's going to be. I think this is how Hillary gets a cooking show.
Yeah.
So instead of being a talk show host, a cooking show.
Yeah, she's 100% going to be like the next Martha Stewart or whatever shit on this show. 100%. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. For sure. I think we're going to see a lot of like build-ups of characters. I just, once again, it's when you're doing the big stuff, when you're pulling the big punch, you got to do it at the right time.
Yeah.
Because like, I think, you know, here's the thing. Even if I accept,
I can explain it away, but I shouldn't have to.
You shouldn't have to, though. That's the thing. And even if I accept the whole Carlton part with the drugs, even if I accept it, I personally would have liked it better if that developed, right? If it developed him going into drugs and him and Will started having a connection.
I think it kind of is, though, because it seems like he was kind of a casual user. Like, it didn't seem like it was like a dependency thing, like it was.
Maybe not before, but I mean, but it clearly has been. But it clearly has been for a while, because when she wipes it off his nose and says, "I've been through those."
But that's these last few days.
But no, but she's talking about that. She says those aren't my problems anymore. I was there during that time. She's talking about the past when she says that to him. She's not talking about these last few days. She's talking about when they were together in the past. This was an issue.
Yeah, she said. Yeah, he said it was just, you know.
So this has been
well, she said he says it's, and she says not my problem anymore.
Right, anymore, because in the past she had to deal with it. She's talking about the past.
Well, yeah, she just means. I think just him having to. You know, I think maybe if anything I don't know.
I think he's been dealing with it for a while now.
I mean, for sure. It's clearly like not a new thing.
I will go. One thing I will say for Carlton, though, even though I'm trashing on Carlton about this, not on Carlton. Like I said, I actually fly ride. Nah.
By the way, sponsored by Lexus.
100% sponsored by Lexus. Which is, I mean, listen, which is fine, because usually it's fucking BMW or Mercedes. Yeah, I don't. You know, I'm cool with Lexus.
He's in a sports car?
No. Even though I'm giving him shit, I do like. He
is smooth. Go on.
Yeah, no, he's for sure. Like, dude, first of all, listen.
Like, he handled that whole thing.
Dude. Yeah, 100%. The fact that he's got the school, like that's his school, that's dope. I like that. I dig that. I'm cool with that. That's. You got me. Yeah. I'm cool with that's Carlton school.
My thing is, I don't want Will to like become like the favored student or the favored jock.
They are going that route, though. Here's the thing. They're going. Here's the thing. They're going that route because to show that that's how it seemed in Carlton's eyes. So that's what you're going to see. You're going to see what Carlton thinks he's seeing, but it's not necessarily the reality, right? But what I do like about Carlton, now, some could say he's saying this because he's insecure, but I don't think that's it, because he clearly believes he runs this school, and I think he does. He clearly runs it. I do like the fact that he made the argument that I make all the time, and that was during the shower moment, in the locker moment, when they're singing the song. And Will freaks out, and Carlton's like,
"Of course you do."
Of course I do. Because I agree 100% with what Carlton said.
Of course you do.
Yeah.
Shocked.
100%. Don't put it in lyrics if you don't want it to be said. Dude, motherfuckers are walking around doing the dumbest shit in the world. I mean, dude, we have a world issue and they don't believe in it. You think they're going to watch their mouth while they're singing your song? No, absolutely not. Motherfuckers don't believe in something that's happening across the world. They're not going to sit there and think about how they should watch their mouth.
I think it's doable.
It's doable by sane people.
I'm not saying all of them are going to. I'm not saying all people are going to.
Yeah, sure.
But if there's not even an effort, like that was a situation in which a non-asshole could have just skipped that word. But that dude's an asshole. He's a
Well, he's an asshole, but yeah, sure, he's an asshole, but everybody else was doing it around him too.
yeah, they're all rich entitled assholes. That's the whole premise.
I mean, that's yeah, but not all of them have to be rich entitled assholes. You're just going with that route because they're in a rich neighborhood. That doesn't mean they're entitled assholes. That doesn't mean every single one of them is. One of them could be doing it just to not seem like the outcast, so he's just doing it. The other guy could be doing it because he doesn't think there is anything wrong with it. He doesn't. Sure. Like, so there's
but ultimately, regardless of what they are, they're all choosing to do it. What I'm saying is none of these people are the stupid ones who don't believe that there's shit going on. Like, those are these are people who are making a choice.
Sure, yeah, sure. If you, yeah, 100%.
My point is, Connor was clearly leading that.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, yes, yeah, of course.
Connor could have skipped it and just set an example.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, obviously he's trying. Yeah, he's a dick. Yeah, yeah.
The thing is, and I get that argument.
But I mean, but I'll tell you this: even in the next part, where he outside of that locker room, where he talks to Will, he's like, "You got a problem with a white dude saying the N word," but then we go out and. Yeah, like, cause he said it to him. Cause he said it to him. Yeah. Cause he said it to him. But it's cool if you fucking throw it out and threaten me and shit like that. Blah blah blah.
But do you know? Carlton gets to make that argument. You don't.
I mean, that's fine. Listen, at the end of the fucking day, if somebody, how can I put this? I'm not gonna sit here and try to think of many ways that I have to control myself. If I slip and say something, I say it. That's it. That's the name. That's the name of the game, motherfuckers. So, oh, look, I just called everybody a motherfucker.
Right.
Oh, sue me.
If you slip and say something is different than, like, actively, like, you know, that was like an active. That was not like a slip.
Of course, him saying, yes, Connor is trying to be, the whole portrayal is that he's a cunt.
Yeah.
We know that. Oh, shit, look, I called him a cunt. That's wrong.
Most people are not cunts. Most people are walking.
So, yeah.
They might sing along. They might say it while they're singing it.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't go out of my way and say the word.
Right.
I don't think about the word outside when it's mentioned. I listened to fucking one of my favorite songs in the last few years is a Logic song. It's
he only says that word in like 2 songs. So
yeah, but in this one he says, you know why you're the greatest ever, son? And he says, because you came out of my balls. Yeah. So like, and when I'm in my car driving and I'm listening, I don't think about not saying it. I just think about following the lyric.
So it's funny. I was just talking about this with Mike when I was.
No, yeah. Am I going to sing? Am I going to listen or sing to that song in public on speaker?
It's different.
Most likely not.
Right. You're going to consider the context and be like, all right.
Yeah, but I'm also
make sure to like not say this because I don't. There's no reason like, and it's not even like I don't want to have a fight. It's there's no reason to like complicate wherever the situation.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, there's I don't want to. Honestly, I don't even want to have a fucking conversation.
Exactly. Like
I don't even want
a complex conversation that you don't want to have.
Yeah, because I don't need to have it. I don't need to think about it.
Consciously deciding.
And also as well, just because
I think most people can do that, and like people probably say it in their car a lot. And I'll be honest, I did too for a long time. I recently, within the last like year and a half, watched a video.
Honestly, I don't say it to say it. Like the only time I say it is if I'm listening to a song.
I know.
And I know, like, if I can actually like say some of the lyrics, like I'm not saying like I'll say it like I'll just. You know, if I don't know the lyrics, I don't do anything because I don't know the fucking lyrics.
You're just doing the rhyming part where they say that word.
Yeah, no, that's dumb.
By the way,
that's stupid.
It's like one of my most hated, one of my most hated lazy rhyme schemes.
Oh yeah.
Say a line, end it with that word, and say a different line, end it with that word, and that rhymes.
Yeah.
Like,
well, he also does use that word. He used that word like a few times in that song.
Yeah. So I was talking to Mike recently, and
what the fuck is the name of that song?
I don't remember.
Whatever.
But up until recently, I would say it when I was singing. Didn't think much of it. And then I was trying to like kind of edit myself when Erica was in the car, because I know she's got a problem with it, and it's fine, like whatever. But I wasn't like super hardcore about it.
Yeah.
Like if it happened, it happened.
Yeah.
And then I watched this video, and this dude was explaining that it was never two words. Words in AAVE, African American Vernacular English, words that end in ER.
Why do they say? I'm confused, right? Because people have issues saying African American because they're like, well, we're not African, we're American,
right.
So just say black. And then there's shit like
African American Vernacular.
Yeah, then there's shit like that. It's like it's African American, but it's like, but is it?
I think it's just what it was named.
Yeah, I mean, obviously a long time ago, before we decided that like.
Well, I don't know. That's the thing. There are some people who still prefer African American.
Oh, I know. There's never nobody that ever fully agrees on one thing. So.
And they're never going to.
Yeah,
that's the
of
thing.
course.
That's the individuality.
Of course, yeah. I mean, there are. Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. I'm not gonna be in that world. I'm gonna be outside here watching you all be zombies.
So like,
but I mean, it's the same thing with. Like there are black people outside of like a TV fucking show that think like Carlton, right? They're like, it's fine if they're singing along with the song and shit like that, you know?
Dude, I'll give you a perfect example. I was on TikTok. I fucking swiping, and it's a picture of this girl being like, something about, cheating. And somebody stitched it so like the back, like the next part of the video shows up, and it's this white dude, definitely white dude, like fully presenting white dude. Could he be mixed? Possibly.
But he looks white. You couldn't never say he's not white.
And he says certified side N-word, like something. And I was like,
is he half?
I don't know, but I paused, and then someone else had stitched all that and was like, what the fuck did you just?
Well, yeah, but that's
like, what did he just?
Yeah, but see, that's
like,
that's the.
Like he did it on purpose.
But see, that's the dumb shit, right? So, like, Logic gets to say it because he is half, he is mixed, right?
And even he
Eminem never says it.
Doesn't use it.
I don't think Eminem has ever used it in a lyric, if I'm right.
I don't think he not in released music. No, there was that tape.
Oh, the tape from high school. Oh, okay, well, let's not talk about a tape from high school. I'm talking about since he's been a global artist that everybody knows about, he's never used that in a lyric. Not that I'm aware of either. I've listened to a lot of explicit versions of his songs.
Listen to everything that he's been released, including the 313 album.
Yeah, I don't remember ever hearing him. I haven't listened to all his albums. Like, it would have been more recent ones that I haven't listened, like in the later 2000s. But everything I did listen to, I don't remember that word being in there, right? Because he's a white dude. Yeah, he raps, but he's a white dude.
Yeah.
I think he knows better, and he has respect for the friends that he has that aren't white, But at the end of the day, to me, it's like, if you're saying it while listening to music, right, in your home or whatever. Like it. You're saying it because you like the song, you're listening, you're going along with the song, right? Sure. Maybe you're doing your homework and you're just doing the verse while it's fucking somebody. And I'll say this outright. I forgot who the fucker was that did it. But when you call up a white person on the stage to sing your lyrics, and then when they're not used to a stage, and they say they're doing your lyrics as you told them to, and then you're like, whoa, I think that 100% was staged to just do some bullshit. Maybe it wasn't. Either way, if it wasn't, then you're the idiot. In my opinion, then you're the moron, because you just brought on somebody that's not used to a stage in front of fucking thousands of people out in the crowd.
Well, he did the opening for the song for the Super Bowl, and I guess they had him cut the opening where it says, if Hyros and Crips all got along, because those are gamers.
Yeah. But if you got your headphones in and you're at a basketball court, or and there's a lot of people there, of all varieties, and you just fucking, I don't give a shit if you're in your own head and you're singing that, and you don't realize where you're at, and you get your ass punched in, and whatever. That's your ass. Yeah, whatever. That's kind of on you, right? That's kind of on you. Like I don't necessarily disagree with what you did, but you also didn't realize your surrounding
context.
Yeah, like you don't, you got to understand that when you're in a public location, the public that's there might not be agreeable with you.
Like walking into a room.
You might have a black friend that doesn't give a fuck, right? Yeah. You might have a black friend or a few of them that just don't care.
You might find a whole black neighborhood
that doesn't give a shit. If they see that you're, singing lyrics or whatever, and they're like, whatever, man, you just fucking enjoying the shit. Right. But that doesn't apply to everywhere.
Yeah.
Literally, 2 minutes down the road, you might get your ass beat. 2 minutes the other way, you might not.
I don't recommend it. I don't recommend repeating it multiple times. And I don't really like it. But if somebody was to call me a fat ass, I might not do nothing. Because I don't really give a shit what people say.
Yeah, right. Yeah, for sure. I mean, it also,
I don't really like arguing with people.
Yeah, 100%. It depends who you are, too. Some people might care. Some people
might respond differently.
Different fat guy might kill you.
Different fat guy might sit on you. You don't want that.
He might not do anything at first, then stalk your ass, come home and kill you. You don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know.
He might be a cop. The thing is, you don't know everybody's situation. If you were a man, you walk into a room full of women, like, what these bitches want? You expect to get shit kicked. Like
something's gonna happen, right?
You will get slapped or something.
Some of them might not give a shit.
Yeah,
but there might some that do.
But you know what? The first one takes a swing. They're all gonna start taking swings.
Oh yeah. 100%. Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Because I mean, it is mob mentality. Because once you see one guy that's like you or girl or whatever, and they didn't agree with it, and they're beating somebody's ass, you're gonna jump in usually. Usually you're gonna jump in.
Or be like, yeah, you shouldn't have said that.
Am I gonna jump in? Usually I don't. I just walk the fuck out. I'm like, I don't have time for this shit. I got other places.
Like if you see it happening and you agree with the people doing the ass kicking, you be like, see, you should have kept your mouth shut.
Yeah.
You're not joining in.
Yeah, you're just letting them know. You just letting them know. Yeah, you're not helping.
But you are just like
but so I gotta give Carlton that. I do like the fact that they're playing multi versions of thinking in a show that's supposed to be for black people and stuff like that, but obviously anybody can watch the show, but it is a how can I put it? It's
not offensive way.
No, yeah, I know. That's what I'm trying to say. But it is a show meant to, show off, Black pride and show that Black people have multiple varieties. You have successful. You have somebody that's like us, and I guess we're technically poor, but some people would say we're middle class, even though that's not accurate. The accurate would be that we're poor. Yeah, the middle.
Like a lot of people that are just like scraping by are like, oh, middle class. No, motherfucker.
But it's a show for everybody. But it is to help people understand. It is for the dumb people. In all reality, it's for the dumb. It's to show off power for Black people, but it is also to show these like dumbass white people that don't know any better. If they see this show, hey, by the way, they're human too. They have all just like you and me. They have fucking range of people.
Can I tell you that in 2022?
Although, to be fair, those dumbasses are probably not watching the show. So
there's that too. Yeah. As a white person, and I'm sure this is the least frustrated anyone could get with this subject, but having that anyone anywhere has to explain to any white people
that they're human, that Black people are human. Yeah.
And other people of color are humans too.
Yeah, it's fucking dumb. No, it's fucking dumb.
It's so fucking.
No, I will never. I try not to think about it because I get frustrated.
The lowest possible maximum frustration anyone can have.
Yeah, I'm at the maximum, so I get really mad. Like when I start thinking.
I'm saying like we don't even have to do it that often.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, 100%. But I mean, as we talked about earlier, I have an issue where I look at things and I hang on things and I get annoyed and mad and stuff like that. So like I have this issue where I can't stop. Yeah, so when I see something stupid happens, it snowballs into really fucking just a rage.
Having to explain that.
Oh yeah, dude. The fact that you have to tell fucking idiots that not all humans are one particular color or something is idiotic.
But as I was saying earlier, as I was watching a video, and apparently, of people 18 to 25, only 65% can say with a straight face, I have always believed that the Earth is round.
So you're telling me there's 35% of 18 to whatever
25-year-olds
that don't
at some point didn't
cannot
say that as a truthful statement.
say that as a truthful state. So what that tells me.
Either at some point they thought the Earth was not round.
So
Or maybe not flat, but not round.
so there's so what that also tells me.
Besides the fact that our education system is garbage.
I mean, yeah, but even our education system, at least they have a good round globe, you know. There's at least 35% of 18 to 25-year-olds that probably think black people are not people.
Yep.
Jesus. So yeah, so that scares me. I know. That scares me though. 18 to 25, 35% of them probably are dumb enough to think black people aren't people.
Penny? No.
So that's what I'm probably thinking. It might not be accurate. It might be more than that, but it's scary.
Pepper stay.
But it's scary to me, man. It's dumb. It's dumb that we live in this time of the year, or this time of the year, this year, in 2022, and we still can't get over this. Like, I just don't get it. I don't understand it. I don't understand how other human beings can look at other human beings as human beings. So it's weird.
Agreed, man.
It's weird, man. It's a fucking. But yeah, those people that don't look at them as human beings, they're probably not watching the show. So it's like, even if that show is going to show them that there's human beings there,
maybe they'll trip on it.
Yeah, maybe they'll fucking trip on it or see how. Who the fuck knows, man? It's fucked up. But I hope you're right. I hope it goes the right way, the show. I hope it.
I do too. Hey, we're gonna get 2 seasons regardless, so.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they confirmed 2 seasons.
They ordered 2 seasons, unprecedented 2 seasons.
That's awesome.
They usually don't order 2 seasons.
Yeah, well, I mean, it is Peacock, so they don't have a lot of original content.
Well, it's not even that. I think they were like, I think if it had just come to them as a pitch, they would have been like, I don't know. But Will Smith being like, yo, this is the dude.
I think he's also a producer on it.
He's an executive producer.
Yeah, which is great.
Westbrook Entertainment's part of the team and everything. So,
which I mean, I know he's very much happy with it, and that's good, and I'm glad he's happy with it. But yeah, there's some things I just don't agree with. Hopefully, they adjust it. They go a little differently. I don't know I'm curious if they got his opinion on that kind of stuff. Because, like, I can't imagine that he would have. I don't know. Maybe he would have. Maybe he thinks like you. Maybe he doesn't agree with what I think. So, I'm curious. But
we'll see. You know what I'd love to see?
Once again, I don't think it's a bad show. I just think there's certain things that needed to be done differently.
Pepper, couch.
But. What, you would like to see him in the show?
I'd like to see
just like a cameo.
I want to see him in the show. You know what I wanted, if they were ever going to do a resurrection where they continue the story, I would love to have seen him play like the Uncle Phil role.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. We've always said that. Yeah.
I honestly don't want him on the show. I don't want him.
I wouldn't mind seeing a cameo, just a quick hot cameo, like nothing crazy, nothing long, just like a super quick cameo. Fuck, it doesn't even have to be a judge. He could be like,
maybe he's
Phil's opponent. Phil's opponent. Oh, that'd be fun.
He's Phil's opponent for DA.
Dude, not even Phil's opponent. No, not even. Dude, you know what they can do with this show? Because it is such a drama-based show and it is revolved literally around every character. They could give us one episode of Phil being in court, like what I'm watching with like The Practice and Boston Legal. They could literally film an episode where Phil's in the fucking in the courtroom fighting, and Will's the other lawyer.
Yeah.
Because Will's a great fucking actor. He's fucking, I mean, dude, that man deserves all the Oscars from the shit he's done. So, like, he can do a fucking lawyer, like a badass lawyer fighting against Uncle Phil. Oh, my God, that'd be fun.
What I'd like to see is I would like to see him do, like, an episode breakdown. Like, I want him to watch the show.
Oh, that'd be fun. Like, do it on like one of his like YouTube.
Yeah, like
yeah. I think that'd be fun seeing him do it on YouTube.
Like with these first
shit, that could literally be a YouTube series for him.
Yeah.
Literally, they could make that fun as fuck.
Bel Air.
Yeah, because he can always because he can always get with some of the actors, sit down and be like, let's talk about this.
How did this come across? How did this feel to you?
And they can make it fun. Oh, dude, yeah, man, yeah. But I think that would be
just shit. Bring him on Red Table Talk.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, you could do that too. Yeah. I think it would be dope. I think that would be badass.
Just kind of see his perspective on what the new show.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Obviously he's already into it, but like
I know he's in it, but he can still
him talking about
just
the final product.
Listen, just because you're into it and just because you're happy that it's happening doesn't necessarily mean you agree with everything. Right. You could give critique. Like that's the problem I think we have in this world is even if let's say Will does give critique, which I don't think it would properly happen because this is why because people would take it the wrong way. People are like, oh, Will Smith doesn't like the new. That would be the headline of 50 different links. Will Smith doesn't like Bel Air, or he just critiqued a few things, but he says he loves the show. Like it's the dumbest shit in the world. So that's probably why we'll never actually see proper critique out of him. But I think him being in one of the episodes is like an opposite lawyer, and actually it's like a lawyer court battle thing filmed for the show. I think that would be a fun something we haven't seen in the past.
When Phil went on his interview, do you know who Big Boy is?
Do I know who?
The guy who was interviewing.
He looked. Honestly, I haven't. He looked like one of the guys you watch. I felt like he was actually somebody that's like a radio host like that.
He is.
Yeah.
Big Boy is. He used to be this huge dude. He had I think gastric bypass.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, and then I knew. Yeah, I thought that was cool. Eric
was blank faced.
Yeah, I thought like honest to God, like I'm not gonna tell you like I recognized it right off the bat, but I was like, Big Boy, that sounds familiar. And
it was a moment just like when they had Sway on Luke Cage.
Yeah, and I think that's cool. I think that's fun.
Everyone knows who Sway is. Sway runs a radio show.
Yeah.
Or Sway to be a radio host on Luke Cage.
100% made perfect sense. No, that's why I was like, man, this sounds really like. I'm like, I bet I know. Like, obviously, I didn't watch Big Boy or his podcast or listen to his or his radio show that much. I call everything fucking podcast nowadays, or everything that's talking is a podcast nowadays.
That's true.
But like it sound like it clearly was like I'm like I know this, like I don't know why I know this, but like this seems like a legit, like this is happening right now, like I could turn on the radio and fucking listen to this. But I think that would be cool. I think seeing an episode of Phil being in court, that would be a great differentiation of what the old series was, because we never saw that. Yep. We saw Phil be a badass. We knew he was a badass lawyer and judge, but we never actually saw him be a badass. And I think seeing him in court be a badass would be badass. It would be badass. It would be badass. I think it would. I think it would. I think it can be done.
I think it would be good.
I think the way everything is on the show cinematically, I think it would work for the show. I think they could pull it off. I think you could even play it where it's like you watch them in court while you watch others do something else, and they go back and forth.
How'd this turn into?
I literally, while you were out there, I'm like, this was supposed to be a 30-minute podcast. It's been 1 hour and 45 minutes.
I was thinking to just like completely divert this hella tangent.
Tangents on tangent.
No, this is tangent on the tangents.
Tangents on the tangents. Okay.
We could do 90 minutes, 3 topics, 30 minutes.
I know,
but we like hard cut off.
Well, all right, next time.
Yeah.
Next podcast, that's what we're doing.
Yeah.
1 hour, 1 hour and a half. Doesn't matter where we're at. Cut.
30 minutes. Yeah.
Cut. No goodbyes, nothing.
Yeah.
Or should we do still like, it's 1:30. All right, here's a goodbye.
No. Yeah. I mean the ending of the podcast, but I mean like 30 minutes for the first topic, and then Next topic.
Oh, I got you. Okay, cool. Yeah, that works.
We tend to just.
Well, yeah, I know. Well, I mean, that's kind of what we do.
Fun.
That's part of the fun. That's part of. But yes, please, if I don't think they're listening, but if anybody's listening, please get to the creators and tell. I'd love to see that. I love lawyer shows. Phil's a lawyer. He's supposed to be a badass. I think that would be fun.
Yeah.
Plus, you can. I mean, Boston Legal does it all the time. You see a little bit them being in court while others are doing something else. They can go to those people, come back to the court trial. You can. It doesn't have to be 100% episode just in court. Like, you can play with that. You don't.
I was just watching. What the fuck was I watching? I was watching something where I kept thinking about the fact that you have these scenes. I was watching The Morning Show on Apple TV Plus. Great show.
Is that what Aniston?
Yeah, Jennifer Aniston.
Jennifer Aniston, right? Yeah, because she's like a news reporter, right?
Morning show.
Yeah, Talk House, yeah.
Morning,
and she was fighting for her spot or whatever.
Good Morning America.
She was like, she's competing with, like, for her spot or whatever it is.
She joins her on the show.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, I'm watching season 2, and I'm like, there's all these scenes, and it was one of those, like, cognitive dissonance things. Like, it didn't, like, I knew it, but I didn't know that I knew it until I thought about it. It was like, there's all these shots where I think they actually went to Italy to shoot these fucking scenes, which would be crazy because they would have shot them last year. But Italy's been pretty locked down.
No, I know.
But wherever they were shooting these scenes with Steve Carell's character, and in Point A, and then all these other shows were in. Are they in New York?
Something like that.
I think they're in New York.
Possibly.
Let's say they're in
let's say no.
So, like, for a second, for just a brief second, I was like, man, what a weird thing to, like, hey, so we're going to shoot this, and then this whole other part of the script is going to happen elsewhere.
Yeah.
So you're just going to sit here. Now, like, obviously they didn't do that. They just shot all the scenes for Italy.
Right.
Wherever they were at.
Right.
Took them a day, 2 days, whatever. And then they cut them in. It was just one of those things, like, I know. But then just for a minute, I was like, how crazy would it be to, like, shoot this 10-second scene and then wait for the 4 minutes of, like,
no, man. No, yeah. I mean, but that's what I'm talking about, right? You have I gotta, in the you're starting off the show. He says, I got a big court case, right? I got to be in court. I'll see you guys later. Then you play off Will Carlton in school, Hillary doing her thing, come back to Phil, he's in court.
Bury the lead. He's prosecuting, I'm presuming, because if he's going for DA, it makes the most sense that he's prosecuting.
Yeah, usually they prosecute the guilty.
Yeah. Maybe he works for the city. He's a city prosecutor. So he's presumed guilty.
I'm sorry. I've been watching. Let me rephrase this. I've been watching a lot of the practice, and they're usually all guilty. Like,
I love that you're watching the practice, by the way.
Like, it's like 95% are guilty. Like, the other 5 is like, dude, I'm on season 6, 7.
Okay.
I'm almost done. Yeah, there's only 8.
They thought, like, he swore up and down. I don't know if you're seeing it. It was like midway of the series. He, like, swore up and down that he was innocent. And then, like, almost killed one of the lawyers.
Yeah, you talking about the geek-looking guy, half bald, that dressed like a nun?
I think so.
Yeah, he ended up dressing like a nun and finally admitting that he did kill the girl that they... By the way, if this is a spoiler and you're listening, this is from literally 1998. I think that episode was there. Yeah.
Anyway, I always...
Yeah. There's been a lot of crazy shit on that show. A lot of crazy shit on
You bury the lead.
Presumed guilty. I can't. No, they're 90. Like, the other 5 is like, maybe they're innocent.
You bury the lead. You only show Phil's side of the argument. He presents his case wonderfully. Questions. No objections. Right.
Right.
And then it's like, guilty, or maybe not even guilty. Maybe it's. I mean, you're not going to show the whole court case in one.
Sure. Yeah.
You can say. It's the closing arguments.
Yeah.
I'd be like, super fast deliberation, boom, boom, boom.
Whatever the and then they shake hands like it was.
Well,
Yeah, I mean, you could do do that.
you can have Will give Phil his closing statement.
Yeah.
And then Will gives a closing statement.
Honestly, I would love to see a Boston Legal episode on there. Boston Legal is a little more comedic compared to the practice. Sure. So let's say the practice episode. I just think Boston Legal has better acting. I'm not going to go into that, but. You do one of those episodes where you do show most of the court case, right, between him and Will, because I want to see them both. I want to see a known, like, a box star, dude. I mean, this man has proven his acting, like, you know, where the guy that's playing Phil now, yes, he's been acting, but I don't think he's had the Will success that
you have.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. So I would love to see this guy play off of Will Smith. You know what I'm saying? Like, really show off, like, this is our Phil. This is Uncle Phil. Dude,
he could be the judge.
I'm saying. But I'd love to see that. Yeah. Even if it is like, let's say, total time spent on screen, he's half an episode on there. Still, I'd like to see it. I think that would be dope. I think it would be badass to see him play off of Will Smith. I think that would be badass.
But here's my question to you: have you seen? This is gonna be the last question. Have you seen King Richard? He's nominated for it.
No.
He's nominated.
I haven't seen a few of his, man. I haven't seen Concussion.
I haven't seen Concussion.
What the fuck haven't I watched that? And honestly, I think that's actually the only one I might have not seen. There might be one other one that he had.
I
feel like there was.
What it's called? It was like the love, something about love.
Something like that.
Love.
So that might be the only other one that because I've watched I've watched all his like everything else that he's had. You know.
I was about to say he should have won an Oscar for 7 pounds, but I don't know.
7 pounds was fucking
fantastic movie.
God damn, dude.
And he did a good job.
7 pounds is the one where he gives away all his pursuit of happiness is with his son.
Yep.
That one, dude. Did he not win that?
No.
Racist fucks. bro, what else? Like, I can't remember what played then, but that dude.
He won.
Bro, dude, I was dying. I was dying, dude. For seeing like in that bathroom, dude. In that bathroom scene with his kid, where he's holding the fucking door with his leg because somebody's trying to come in and they're spending the night there. Fuck, bro. I mean, the whole movie, don't get me wrong, but even just that scene should have won an award, let alone the whole fucking movie.
2006 Oscar nominees.
Dude, if he's not a fucking nominee, fuck them.
Best Actor.
Fuck the Oscars. Hold on. You're going to tell me it's not.
Hold on.
If he's not even nominated, fuck the Oscars.
No. 2007 Oscar nominees. It's stupid. Technically, it's the 2006 Oscar season, but he was a nominee. I haven't seen it.
For Best Actor?
Yeah, he was.
Okay, well, thank fucking God he was at least nominated.
Ryan Gosling got it for Half Nelson. Don't know what that is.
Half Nelson?
DiCaprio for Blood Diamond.
That was, listen, to be fair.
Peter O'Toole for Venus. I have no idea what that is. And I haven't seen it, but I'm confident that he earned it because Forrest Whitaker is a G. And he won it for The Last King of Scotland. I haven't seen it.
I heard that was really fucking good. I did watch Blood Diamond. It was fucking fantastic. Was it?
I don't.
That's a hard. That's such. First of all,
give him the Oscar for that.
First of all, there's.
I didn't think he was that good in it. I think he was good, but I don't think he was as good as he's been in other things. Like he. I mean, he should have won for Aviator. Aviator was a fantastic fucking movie. He did.
Catch Me If You Can was fantastic.
He did a better job in Aviator.
Oh, see, I think
I think it was a much more.
I think also, if you're here's the thing.
People winning Oscars for playing.
Yeah. I will say this: between Blood Diamond and Pursuit of Happiness, Will wins for sure, just because. I think the drama in general is just what you feel and experience watching that movie is.
We can't make this.
But I cannot compare it to any Half Nelson.
I don't know. No, that's what that is.
You said that was Bradley Cooper?
No, Gyllenhaal.
Jake. I mean, I'm a big fan of Jake, but
Right.
I don't know what the fuck Half Nelson was. I'd have to look it up. Although his recent movie on Netflix, really good. It's kind of like the in one space recorded. Had me going.
Cool. I know.
Had me going. It was like the Ryan Reynolds Buried. Like, had me going.
Well, give it a shot.
Yeah.
All right. When's gonna be it for
Well, that's it for
fucking hour?
2 full fucking hours. Thank you for watching. If you actually watched or listened or, whatever it is. If you don't agree or if you do agree, message us, tweet at us.
Fun fact.
All the time.
Amazon pages, 100% male audience. Tangents, 50-50, male and female. Thank you
Hey!
for watching. Thank you for listening.
No
See you in the
shit.
next one.
Peace.